Justin, you know when you go to a fancy restaurant, they got all that silverware out on either side. You know how to use any of that stuff? Do you know how to use proper etiquette at the dining room table? I guess
Of
that's my question.
course, of course I do.
So what's proper etiquette when I go to charge my EV? And honestly, I don't even like which glass do you grab? I really don't know that stuff. So comment down below. But charging etiquette, EV, what is it?
You'd be surprised, Zach, that as EVs start to make up more and more of U.S. new vehicle market share, it's starting to get a little messy at the charging stations. And I mean that wholeheartedly. I've been going to Electrify America stations for the past few months, and I've seen some weird things. Right now in 2022, EV charging stations rarely get crowded, but that's going to change. Every automaker is all hands on deck for electrification, and here's what I've noticed at charging stations. Civility and common sense are in high demand. It's not that big of a deal right now, but it's about to be. I mean, very, very soon. It's about to be. So let me tell you what you need to know, Zach. Know your maximum power. So every EV has a different maximum charging power that can accept from a direct current public fast charging station. For example, the Volkswagen ID4, we're looking at 130 kilowatt max speeds. It's okay. My Ioniq 5, 230 kilowatt max speeds. The Lucid Air, some Teslas, they can go even higher than that. Know your max power. And Zach, think about it for a second. Why would that matter? Why would I need to know my max charging speed, my max power that my EV can accept? Why does that matter?
Probably gonna dictate where I plug in at a fast charger, how long I expect to be there. What's the right answer?
Yeah, well, at most charging stations, there's a variety of power outputs available depending on which stall you plug into. At a gas station, you wouldn't park your Toyota RAV4 at the diesel pump, right?
No, of course not.
Yeah, so you wouldn't want to park your Chevy Bolt that can draw 55 kilowatts at a 350 kilowatt charging stall. You wouldn't want to do
I'm
that.
piecing together what probably happens here. All I can think of as you're explaining this to me is in the state of New Jersey, you can't pump your own gas, and I'm just imagining the number of jobs created because at charging stations you have to have someone direct you. But hopefully we don't have to get there because you're going to educate us on etiquette like this.
Yes, not everyone has to worry about this too. So if you're pulling into a level 2 charging station at like a shopping mall, maybe you've seen the Volta stations that are popping up everywhere, hotel stations, restaurants often have level 2 charging stations. You don't have to worry about it because level 2 means anywhere between 3 kilowatt power and 19 kilowatts of power. All EVs can accept more than that. So you just plug in, no worries. Don't have to worry about taking someone else's maximum charging speed away from them. Tesla drivers don't have to worry about this either because all supercharger locations are either what we call V2 or V3 superchargers. V2 stations are at about 150 kilowatts. Everyone pulls up, charges at about 150 kilowatts if they got a low state of charge. Nothing to worry about. Version 3 superchargers, these V3 chargers, are the newest ones, and they're up to 250 kilowatts. Don't need to worry about it because every single stall at the station has the same power output. Every single stall. Just pull in, don't worry about it. It's Electrify America, the rest of us. So the 75% market share with Tesla, well, the other 25% of us rely pretty heavily on Electrify America. And they do things a little bit differently. Zach, have you ever seen an Electrify America station? Have you noticed anything odd about them?
I honestly have never seen an Electrify America station in real life.
There must not be enough of them then. Well, Electrify America, you're going to be looking at a whole variety of charging plugs, charging power output. It's not easy peasy, to put it one way.
Yeah.
Typically, a station has two 350 kilowatt stalls, which is the maximum power that any EV charger will supply in the world right now, as far as I know. And then it has a few 150 kilowatt stalls. Okay, it's all right. It's like that was the standard 5 years ago. But a lot of EVs can't even accept 150 kilowatts, so it's justified that they have them. And then they also have one station tucked into the corner at Electrify America that has a blue charging plug. It's called a Chatamo plug. It stands out. Everyone notices it when you go there. Do you know why Electrify America spent who knows how many hundreds of thousands of dollars installing these blue Chatamo plugs at every single location in America?
because some obscure vehicle takes a CHAdeMO plug. Can I get? Is it like a Nissan Leaf or something?
It is
like
the
that?
Nissan Leaf. Good job, Zach. Good job. You're learning something here at YA Electric. Yes, the Nissan Leaf is the only EV in 2022 that still uses the CHAdeMO plug. So what does this mean? If you're driving, let's say, a Hyundai Ioniq 5 that can accept 230 kilowatt speeds, in order to get that full speed, that rapid charging that the Ioniq 5 and Kia EV6 are known for, you're going to need to be able to plug in at the 350 kilowatt stations. Because the 150 kilowatt stations, they can only supply up to 150 kilowatts. So,
Yeah.
if you have a Chevy Bolt that can accept slower speeds, 55 kilowatts, or a Nissan Leaf that can accept right around the same speed, plugged in at the fast 350 kilowatt station, taking it away from those of us who can accept the ultimate speeds, the best speeds. It's more than an inconvenience. It can affect a whole road trip if I'm having to sit there charging for 45 minutes instead of 25 minutes.
Operative word that you just used there, road trip. I don't know if you saw it, but I think, yep, you know what I'm going to. The Wall Street Journal article.
I do, yes.
I'm just going to read the title, the headline of it. I rented an electric car for a 4-day road trip. I spent more time charging it than I did sleeping. This woman, Rachel Wolf from the Wall Street Journal, drove from New Orleans to Chicago and back. Not a great experience, to say the least. And I think partly ties in with what you're discussing. Finding availability, having access to the right charging infrastructure. So the least we can do is be good civil servants when we're at these charging stations and not hold back others from being able to get their maximum capacity.
Thinking about getting an extended warranty? Go to joinyaa.com and check out our pricing there. There's no obligation, no spam, no robocalls. YAA for your extended warranty.
And I've got a few more tips that really do matter. Move your car when you're done charging. If you've ever been traveling in a combustion vehicle and say Memorial Day weekend, Labor Day weekend, the gas stations are full, it's kind of a jerk move to leave your car at the gas pump while there's a line of people waiting to fill up, right? Same thing with EV charging stations. Imagine only having one station every 50 miles. It's an even bigger deal to just leave your car parked there while you're at a restaurant next door. Another thing drivers need to keep in mind, charge to 100% only if you really, really need those extra miles. I did an experiment recently, Zach. You know I'm a scientist. I like to do experiments. You know what I found?
Yeah. Huh.
With my Ioniq 5, charging from 15% to 80% only took 19 minutes.
Wow, that is so fast.
From 80% to 95%. So I'm just gaining an extra 15%. Any guesses as to how long that took?
Another 19 minutes?
Took about 15 minutes.
There you go.
It wasn't a problem. Why? I was the only one there. There are not many EVs on the road in my region, and I think that's true for much of America. But in the future, if automakers have their way with EV adoption, it's going to be an issue if I'm just sitting there gaining a few extra miles per minute, hogging the charger while others are waiting in line. The last one is be nice. We're in this together. If you see someone in the stall next to you trying to figure out how to plug in their car, maybe offer a helping hand, or at the very least, don't give them dirty looks.
I think that's the golden rule right there. Treat others as you would like to be treated.
Yes, and in 2022, us EV drivers, we are still ambassadors of electrification. There are not a lot of EVs on the road. Don't make us look like jerks, please.
Well done, Justin. I think this is one of your most helpful videos that we've produced yet.
Awesome. Thanks, Zach.